I'm going to tell you a story today about how you can make someone unable to see exactly what's in front of them, even if they have their eyes open. And this is a very old mind control trick. So again, you could put something in front of someone and they can't use the eyes they have, even though their eyes are open. And again, this is a very ancient mind control trick. So let's do this. Let's give a good example. Medical doctors. Now, are they health professionals? Well, again, it depends if you're under that old mind control spell or you're not. Let's say the person have their eyes open, they see the medical doctor, they see that the people who go to the medical doctor the most are the most sick, the people that take the most arm darts are the most sick, the people who take the most medication are the most sick. You go to the hospital, there's a smoking area, certainly is in Canada. You go into the hospital and there is pop machines and chocolate bar machines and potato chip machines. And if you happen to have a family member who's in there and you come in when there's feeding time, they are feeding the patients food not fit for a maggot to eat. Now, that person might not be able to see that doctors aren't health experts. And there's a reason they won't be able to see that. There's a reason why they're going to believe that doctors are health experts, that vaccines are for your health and the medication is for your health. And there's even lots of books and studies. I mean, even the Journal of the American Medical Association in 1999 came out with their own study. So their own study, and it was published in the New England Journal of Medicine in 1999, that showed that regular applications of medical processes and medication were the third leading cause of death in the United States. Now, I really don't like that phrase, third leading cause of death. Everybody dies. It should be third leading cause of premature death. So you're dying early by going into the hospital, by going to the doctor. Now, there's this other doctor who saw this data admission and knew that the medical system never admits the worst news. They always cherry pick their data. So there's this medical doctor called Dr. Carolyn Dean, and there's this other gentleman called Gary Null who said, okay, so you're admitting that the medical system is the third leading cause of premature death in the United States. Let me see that data. And they went and looked at the data, and bingo, bango, bongo, what do you know? They were lying, and the American medical system was the number one leading cause of death for in the United States. And it was killing about 1 million Americans per year. And of course, that's never reported. You'd have a stabbing or a gun shooting somewhere in the U.S. where 3 people die, and they want to change all the laws, and everybody's up in arms. 1 million Americans murdered prematurely by the medical system that they voluntarily walk into every single year. And no one says anything because you can hide it in plain sight. Even when you go see your doctor, yeah, some are in shape, but most of them are completely out of shape. They eat like shit. they're not health experts. It's so obvious. You go in the hospital, past the chocolate bar machine. They don't give a shit about your health. If someone claimed to be a health expert, why do they have a smoking area outside the hospital, serve pop-in chips, give French fries and red Jello to their patients? Of course, it's not a healthy institution. But again, you can hide it all in plain sight. So why cannot the average person? They can't process that reality. So what's the mind control trick where they can, they're not health experts, but how can you trick that person to ignore the evidence of their own eyes? Easy. You install what's called the lie-based operating system into that person as a child. So our brains are the hardware of our computer system. We have software. God gives us the best software when we're born, called the HOS, the human operating system, and that allows us to see doctors for what they are. Altruistic, yet heavily indoctrinated people, where, of course, the emergency applications of medicine are stellar, but the chronic care applications don't make you healthier, they make you more sick. And it's part of this greater apparatus of state control, because sick and diseased and depressed and disoriented people are easier to tax farm. So once you take a hold of that child and break the parent-child bond, the earlier the better for the programmers, you get the child alone, usually in the government school or the daycare, and you start removing the human operating system that God put in, and you start overwriting that system with the LOS, the lie-based operating system. And that's the mind control trick, ladies and gentlemen. It's not education. It's a change, it's a swapping out of the software by which the human brain processes reality. So you keep telling that child over and over again, doctors are health professionals, doctors are health experts, don't think for yourself, what you eat doesn't matter, you have this disease, it's genetic, it's for life. These are all part of the lie-based operating system. You don't need spinach, you need medication. And they keep pumping that in. The movies have the same messages. The TV shows have the same messages. Magazines have the same messages. Reader's Digest, National Geographic, Time Magazine. Always they're working as some kind of tag team WrestleMania event to install the lie-based operating system in your human hardware, your human nervous system. And bingo, bango, bongo, the person, might go down to the Armdar Clinic in 2020, and there's lots of videos of this, go down to the Armdar Clinic in 2020, 2021, 2022, even 2023, take the person in front of them, and there are videos like this, the person in front of them complies and volunteers for their arm dart and drops dead right in the lineup, and then they just cart that person off, and the people with the lie-based operating system still stand there because they can't process the reality even though their eyes are open. So they keep standing because they keep running the same software program. Doctors are health experts. This is for my immunity. It will make me more resistant to disease. I must comply, or I'm a bad person, or the tribe will attack me, the group will attack me. And all these lies are installed into the child when they can't have any ability to recognize that they're being programmed and having their human-based operating system uninstalled for this lie-based system to be installed. And the only reason what we call the conspiracy theorist or the awakened person, they've actually removed the lie-based system to some degree or entirely and reinstalled the human operating system so that they can process reality as reality. Like, this lie-based system can even have people giving half of their income without any kind of resistance to known pedophiles. And they're like, yeah, this is just the way things are. Well, what can you do, right? I mean, what can you do? What can you do Well, you might even want to explore your programming to start to see why you're okay with being extorted and poisoned every single day of your life and just sitting there watching Netflix, because that's all the lie-based operating system is for. So you can be exploited, so your energy can be removed, so your energy can be shunted off to dark forces, so they can manipulate that energy to manifest the dark dystopia that makes them feel good on the inside. They just hate joy. They don't like happiness. They don't like family. They don't like children. They like death. They don't like life. And that's what this lie-based operating system is to fortify death. The human operating system God gave you is there to fortify life. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the trick. That's the old, ancient mind control trick. The Jesuits mastered it. The Jesuits are the assassination wing of the Vatican, and they have a phrase that says, "Give me the child for the first 7 years, and I will show you the man." And that's just another way of saying, let me install my lie-based operating system inside that brain, and they won't be able to use their eyes for the rest of their life to process reality in any other way than how we program them to process reality. Keep that in mind. You need more information like this, email me at info@jchristoff.com. This is Jason Christoff signing off. Have a great day.